Sue Divin hails originally from Armagh, but after many years in the Maiden City, has almost graduated to the dizzy heights of Derry Girl. Peace worker, knackered mammy, musician and juggler of life, she remains clueless as to how she finds time to write and is abjectly apologetic tonight for her loss of her Armagh accent somewhere across the Glen Shane. Sue is reading Twist or Pull.
The title of this piece is taken from my not very extensive Google research that when you're picking apples, you should twist them, not yank them from the tree. So this is Twist or Pull. Predictable as sunshine on the 12th that I'd get spied. I shimmied up the tree with all the prowess of Incy Wincy Spider, and now frozen to the branch, I was regretting the brightness of my Armagh Gaelic shirt. It hadn't been Mr. O'Hagan I'd been hoping to see over the orchard wall, but then again, I hadn't taken him for the type to be oogling Judge Judy of a morning neither. Tell ye to wear green, Mark hissed up at me, jiggling our loot in his sister's school bag. I'd blend in by the end of autumn at the rate I was edging along the final branch. Cheek him slagging me when he'd a pink Barbie rucksack busting with bramleys. Sure I'd nothing green, I whispered back. Some Irishman, you, he winked. After 7 years at integrated primary together, I could let him away with it almost. Stretching, I yanked the next apple and fired it at him. There's an orange for ye, in case you're feeling left out. Twist, don't pull, he yelped, in a voice that was still showing no sign of breaking. The Google guru knew everything about cider home brewing except how to climb the bloody tree. Twist was, from my vantage point, this was all about pulling. I'd a cracker view into Grania O'Hagan's back garden. Her knickers on the line were flying in glorious technicolour. It would take more than the fizz of an illicit pint behind Mark's shed to cool me down. Truth be told, a few litre bottles of cider would be easier come by through the bribing of my cousin, for he had a fake ID and a queer shadow of a beard, but sure, where would you be without a bit of dare? Odds on not monkeying in a flippin' tree. If I didn't get a move on, the verdict wouldn't just be dished out from Judge Judy. Grania's da was shifting in his chair. That enough yet? I asked. One more, says he, pointing like the executioner. It's a real beauty, just out of reach. Story of my life. I'm stretching now like the turn of my wrist will reveal superpower finger extensions, the heady combination of orchard honey air and the rainbow of underwear fueling my self-belief. Course I can reach this. I can. Just crack shite on testing Einstein's theory without the bloody apple. Or was it Newton? Quack. Buzzing in my head. Blackness. A different kind of buzzing. My brain slowly tunes in to the bees and the birds. The birds and the bees. There's slabber round my mouth. My hand is being stroked. Grania, I mumble. My wrist is dropped quicker than a fart in the school corridor. My eyes focus as I lurch upright. Mark? We stare like pistols at dawn. You could have been dying, says he, scuffling away from me in the grass. It might have been believable were it not for his sudden interest in picking daisies. That and the fact he looks like he'd rather be pushing them up. I swallow, wiping my mouth on my t-shirt. God, they hadn't covered this one in PSE class. All and well, they made sure we were drilled to know that orchards were rife with forbidden fruit, but in his feet, apples flooding from the says he without looking. On the positive though, at least he wouldn't be fighting me to sneak a Coke bottle of cider to Grania. I breathed deep. Look, you ice your cake as your own business, says I after a minute. But you're still the one that knows how to make cider. And I reckon you and me both could use a drink. Thank you.